Welcome to the Town of Raynham's Public Safety Facilities Planning and Construction Committee presentation for a new combined police and fire public safety building. This presentation is the result of a feasibility study completed at the end of 2019, which started as a study of the fire station operations only, then evolved to include the police operations after studies revealed how inefficient, outdated, and inadequate the existing public safety facility was as a whole. The next phase, a schematic design and professional cost estimate study, started back up in July of 2020 after a pause due to COVID-19. From July of 2020, the Public Safety Facilities Planning and Construction Committee met bi-weekly and sometimes weekly to stay on schedule in preparation to present this project to the Town of Raynham. The Public Safety Facilities Planning and Construction Committee is comprised of Raynham town staff, police personnel, fire personnel, and town members. Those members are Building Commissioner Robert Iafredi, Town Administrator Graham Waters, Building Committee Member Dan Andrade, Building Committee Member John Noblin, Building Committee Member Frank Campbell, Fire Chief Brian Lasivita, Deputy Fire Chief Barrett Johnson, Fire Captain Jeffrey Kelleher, Police Chief James Donovan, Police Lieutenant David LaPlante, Police Lieutenant Peter Beatrice, and Police Detective Sergeant William Donnelly. The Town of Raynham hired Pomeroy Associates as the owner's project manager in 2019 for the Phase 1 study, and Pomeroy continued on for the town as the OPM in the second phase. Pomeroy Associates has extensive public safety experience completing public safety facilities in many neighboring communities. Durham Whittier was selected and hired in 2020 to complete the schematic design and professional cost estimate for a new public safety facility. Durham Whittier was hired largely in part to their public safety design expertise and experience.
The existing site of the current public safety facility is too small for the current needs, whether it's operations, security, and public and visitor areas. The proposed new site has acceptable response times, plenty of room for the new building, site circulation, secure parking, storage, and an impound lot. Building on the new site eliminates the significant costs of phased construction and temporary facilities. The new site builds on the existing municipal complex and community resources in the area. The original building at the existing facilities was built in 1957 with some additions constructed in the 1990s. That size and design fall well short of the operational needs. The repurposed municipal buildings are well beyond their serviceable life. They fall short of most all current seismic, operational, energy, life safety, structural, and HVAC codes. Significant accessibility shortfalls and ADA noncompliance are an issue. The HVAC systems are inefficient and inadequate. The original 1957 structure is clad with a brick veneer that is exhibiting water infiltration and failure. The uninsulated masonry structure, faux brick vinyl paneling, and other siding materials are failing. And the existing lot space is not sufficient for the growth of the new facility. The existing facilities were originally built as a DPW garage and a town hall. They've been adapted to attempt to meet the needs of Raynham's fire services and police services. The existing 1957 exterior masonry walls have no insulation between the brick veneer and the CMU backup wall. The existing exterior envelope has outlived its useful lifespan. The existing building's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems are also well beyond their serviceable lives and deficient in many ways. The sally port, as well as the apparatus bay, do not have gas detection or vehicle exhaust systems. This is not safe and it is not code compliant. The fire station is provided with natural ventilation via operable windows for the most part. There is no source of mechanical ventilation serving the office or dorm areas. There is simply recirculating the heated or cooled air. 2 of the 4 roof-mounted air handling units above the police station areas do not have dedicated outdoor air intake hoods and therefore are recirculating type, intended for space heating, cooling, or both. In other words, there's no means for supplying fresh air into the building outside of opening windows. The existing facilities also fall short with handicap accessibility and clear public wayfinding signage. There are no public spaces within the facility that are easily accessed from the outdoors or from the vestibule. The vestibule itself and the other side entrances do not meet current handicap accessible standards. There are no public meeting spaces and there are no public bathrooms.
Typical modern public safety accommodations for the public include welcoming entrances, comfortable meeting rooms, safe accommodations, and a way to display town history and pride. The existing fire station is overcrowded and spaces are forced to serve multiple functions. There are no separation areas from hot to cold to keep firefighters safe from cancer-causing contaminants. There is inadequate ventilation in the firefighter bunk room. There's inadequate gender facilities in locker and staff support areas, inadequate storage, no training opportunities. Turnout gear is currently stored in the apparatus bay without dedicated ventilation or UV protection, and bathrooms are not accessible, and the count does not meet code. The existing apparatus area contains 4 bays. 2 are limited drive-through due to the size of the overhead doors. All doors are undersized compared to today's standard of 14 foot wide by 14 foot tall. The average height from the concrete slab to the bottom of the roof joist is 14 feet. The preferred height for a new fire station would be 18 feet clear minimum. The Scba Room serves at least 7 functions, including location of the emergency electrical service from the generator and oxygen tank storage, with no provisions for cleaning masks. The personal hydration supplies and equipment should have their own hygienic area or separate room. Today, they are all housed together. Modern-day fire stations are a multifaceted facility that includes clean living spaces, a triage room ready to treat the public, allows for on-site training, clean and efficient apparatus bays, organized and protected gear, and support functions on the apparatus bay floor, all with the goal to increase response time within the building. The existing Raynham Police Station falls short of what is necessary for modern-day policing. Its spaces have been cobbled together over time to perform multiple duties. It's insufficient, inadequate, and inefficient for policing operations. The Sally Port does not meet today's traditional standard sizes. It has a lack of security around the building. There is no exterior lot separation from the public to the police secure side. There are no locker rooms. Lockers have been placed in hallways. It's not designed as a police station. It lacks essential safety and security components and systems. It has existing leaks, safety hazards for public and staff. Rooms are overcrowded, forced to meet needs, and have major storage deficiencies. There's no separate rooms for electrical, IT, or E911, and there is no true emergency operations center. The police station IT and communications equipment has limited access and insufficient ventilation. The station has outdated and unsafe detainee processing and evidence storage lockers. Storage throughout is lacking, and the Sally Port is cluttered with maintenance materials and storage that can be used as weapons when bringing a prisoner back. The female staff areas are insufficient, they have lockers stuffed into a bathroom, the toilets are too confined, and it is inaccessible. Modern-day police stations have evolved over the years. The focus is still on safety and security, but a modern police station must have the ability to respond to many different types of crimes and current affairs. Modern facilities focus on the safety of the officer in returning from an arrest and the process from the cruiser through the booking into detention. Dispatch accommodations are state-of-the-art, safe weapons storage, police separation from public, clean, comfortable, and efficient.
Let's take a look at the design of the facility. In order to design a facility of a certain size, you have to lay out the spaces and determine where they're going to be located within the building. We worked with the police department, fire department, looking at questionnaires, interviewing, holding meetings, and then prioritizing the most important spaces within this facility. We also plan for future growth. The facility that we're going to look at today is approximately 50,000 square feet, of which about 7,000 square feet is shared between the police and fire department, and 2,000 square feet is dedicated to community use. Looking at the first floor plan, you can see colors green, blue, and red. The green spaces are associated with the public lobby, meeting room, and dispatch, which are shared between the police and fire, as well as a fitness station. On the back right corner of the plan, you can see the private area for the police on the first floor, which is the sally port, where you bring a prisoner in, the processing, and then detention, as well as male and female lockers. On the fire side, you can see 6 double deep apparatus bays, which are alongside the watch room and turnout gear. And what's important to point out here is that when firefighters come back from a call, they go through a decontamination process of cleaning their turnout gear and themselves before re-entering the building. When you get to the second floor, what occurs up here is primarily on the police side, administration along with detectives and officers, and on the fire side, administration, and then their living quarters between a day room, kitchen, and all of their bunk space. The site for the new station is located on King Philip Street, across from the existing senior center. It is a 10-acre site that was generously donated through a land swap with John Noblin and Frank Campbell that is being approved through the state right now. Also close to recreational fields, and it has good response time for all the fire apparatus to disperse and respond out into the community. When you look at the site, the front or the public part, there is a public entrance off of the 16 space area and the 6 apparatus bays driveway coming out to King Philip Street. The rear of the site is separated and secure from the public, where police and fire personal vehicles would park, police cruisers, as well as storage on the back of the site. In terms of the building imagery, we spent a lot of time on this, working with the building committee to develop something that has a civic presence but is yet affordable. What you see on this slide is the main entrance with the curved roof, the meeting room in the front right corner, and the apparatus bays beyond. This facility has high impact vinyl siding, a stone base, and a mix of pitched and flat roofs. Another view from King Philip shows the 6 apparatus bays and the watch room between them, as well as the main entrance and community room off in the distance. And then finally, an aerial view gives you a better sense of where the pitched roofs are and the flat roofs around the building. It was very important to design a facility that was going to last 50 years, but also be affordable to the community. PM&C is a cost estimator that's been working with Doran Whittier for over 20 years. And not only do they work with us, they work with many other architects in the public sector. So we're very comfortable with the numbers that are derived from their cost estimates.
Example of cost-saving measures incorporated: simplified training and storage building, modification of roof design, reduced and lowered pitched roofs, framing modifications and roofing material, introduced high-grade vinyl siding versus cementitious siding, utilized manufactured stone veneer versus natural stone veneer at the building base, utilized fiberglass windows versus metal-clad wood windows. Additional cost savings to be explored in the future: bid and self-perform components of the site work under a separate bid package, and reuse the appropriate equipment, operational furniture, phones, IT, computers, and communications. The total project budget for the new Town of Raynham's Public Safety Facilities project is estimated to be at $30,500,000. This includes a base building cost, general construction contingency, storage and training building, room for the animal control officer, architect and engineering fees, project management fees, a commissioning agent, third-party estimates, bidding expenses, material testing, site work, land survey, builder's risk policy, fire station equipment, communications tower, moving costs, monies from the Town of Rainham Public Safety Stabilization Fund and the Town of Rainham Contingency Funds. We received our tax impact information from Treasurer Tax Collector Mike King. At an estimated borrowing cost of $30.5 million, the annual residential tax impact per $1,000 value starts at 79 cents in year 1 and declines to 39 cents in year 30. This equates to $326 for the average single-family home in year 1 and declining to $161 in year 30. Currently in our schedule, we are in the town meeting prep and outreach phase with our eyes on town meeting. With a positive town meeting vote and a positive ballot vote, we'll begin design development in July and hope to start construction documents in October. Our pre-qualification process will also start this year in December and move through the new year. We are hoping we are bidding this in March of 2022 and qualifying and awarding in April and May of 2022. We are looking at a construction start in May of 2022 and a completion of November 2023. Hopefully a grand opening we are looking at in December or January of 2024.
Hello, this is Fire Chief Brian Lasivita. It has been a pleasure working with the design team, owner's project manager, and the building committee over the last year to develop the plans for the new public safety facility. Many long hours have gone into these plans, and the Rainham Fire Department is very satisfied with the results. The new facility will address the deficiencies of the existing station and will provide the town of Rainham with a modern, state-of-the-art facility for many years to come. The features of this new facility will create a safer work environment for our firefighter, paramedics, protection and appropriate storage of our firefighting equipment and essential goods, training spaces, and a public meeting space, and an appropriate emergency operations center, to name a few. All of the benefits equally ensure a more efficient and strong delivery of our essential service to you, the residents. I hope you see the absolute need for this facility and support this project.
Hi, I'm Rainham Police Chief Jim Donovan. I'd like to speak to you about our proposed public safety facility in the town of Rainham. Currently, the police department works out of a building that was built in 1957 as a town hall and municipal building. It fails to meet current standards for a public safety facility. When I was 10 years old, in 1978, the entire police department was an 18 by 24 back room of this building in Town Hall. In 1978, there were 11 police officers and 4 civilian employees. Currently, there are 30 police officers and 10 civilian employees. The police department operates 24/7, 365 days a year in all weather conditions. Last year, the police department answered over 18,000 calls for service, and our 911 center fielded 5,500 calls for service. The current facility is inadequate in the areas of detaining and processing prisoners, of processing evidence and property, providing training and education for the officers, storage of firearms and equipment. It fails to provide basic accommodations for our officers and staff. There is no locker room and no kitchen. The building does not provide adequate and safe access to the general public. IT and communications infrastructure is inadequate. Last year, the onset of COVID-19 really drove home the weaknesses and failures in the facility. It was extremely difficult to keep a building that old clean and sanitized. The air filtration systems are inadequate. Residents of the town of Rainham have always supported the Rainham Police Department. The Rainham Police Department supports our residents. We appreciate it if you would support this project going forward. Thank you.